today we are gonna solve Leetcode number 11, that is container with most water. What you have to do in this question is you have to solve such that a container will consist the maximum amount of water. Now you have to imagine this is line 1, this side a vertical line is line 1 and this side vertical line is line 2. And we have to see which of these lines is among this from these, from the given array. Which are those two lines which will consider the maximum water in it in the form of a container. Okay, so the only way we can find the maximum amount of water is by finding the area of the container, and the area of the container is height into width. Okay, that is, this will be y and this will be x. Alright, now let's start. The first thing we have to do is we have to make two pointers. One is left and one is right. Where do we start the left pointer from? It will be from the 0 index, the first number. This will be left, and here the end. Okay, the end will be the rightmost pointer. Let's start, and then you have to imagine that this is how the water is stored. Why this is the x-axis or y-axis? Why will this be the height? This is because the shortest height will be the length of the shortest, because the water is not supposed to be slant. See, the water is not supposed to be slant, or it's not supposed to be overflowing. So this will determine the length of the container. Same like here. Okay, if you're considering this and this will be the length of the container. Like, this is how much the water the container can store. So this will be the height which will be considered, the shortest of the both lines. Alright, now we'll find the array. We'll keep on finding the area. We'll keep on finding the areas. Okay, the next thing is we have to keep doing this until left is equal to right. What I mean is we have to keep moving forward until we run out of y-axis, because that's when we can't find a container if both the pointers are equal to each other. We just have to keep going. Okay, how do we do that? How do we keep moving? Okay, next thing is how do we keep moving is we check. First we find the area, which I'll say how do you find that later. Okay, we find the area, and once it's done, what will we do? We'll check which is the shorter line. Alright, if the left side is shorter, what do we do? Now consider here, okay, the first scenario. What do we have in first scenario? Right, this is the this is the left and this is the right. In first scenario, the left is shorter than the right. Okay, right line. So we will go to the right side. Left plus equals to 1, which actually means left is equal to left plus 1, right? So this goes on to this, because we are in search of a taller line. The more taller lines from both sides means we'll have much more amount of water in it, right? But if right is a shorter line, like this, here you can see that right is shorter than the left. This is left, this is right. Right is short. What do we do then? If right is the one which is shorter, we go right minus equals 1, which actually means right equals right minus 1. So this will be our new right. We go from here to here, right? To 7. We go from 8 to 7th. Okay. Now the most important part is finding the area. How do we find the area? We use the formula minimum of height of left, comma, height of right into right minus left. Okay, I'll say you what does this means, right? This means minimum, okay, which means we have to find minimum of height left or minimum of height right, means which is the shorter, which is the minimum height. We have to take that one. So I'll give you an example. If minimum of height, the first scenario is 1 is the height and 7 is the height, right, for right. So 1 comma 7 for right. Here, which will be considered, which is the minimum of this height? 1 is the minimum, so we'll consider 1 here into, this is right minus left, which means this is the x-axis. From here to here, we'll get the x-axis, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So 8 minus 0, we will get 8 here. So what will be the area? Area is equal to 8. Alright, then this will be the result, and then we'll keep moving, right? We'll keep doing this. How do we keep moving? Once area is done, we'll check which is the shorter line, and if it's left, then we'll move this side, and if it is right, we'll move this side. Here, where did I show that? Yeah, we'll move this side. Now let's look into the code. First is we have a class named solution, then we'll define a method named max area. Then we'll start from here. Okay, we have 2 pointers, one is left, one is right. Where does left go? Left point towards the index 0 and right towards the last index, that is, this is right. Okay, this is what it means, that we are pointing towards last index, like length of height minus 1, which means like 9 minus 1 will get the index number of the last one. Alright, this is where we stored the maximum area in result. Next, this line means while left is less than right, it means you have to keep on finding the area until you reach a point where left is equal to right. Hence you can't apply this formula again. You don't have a space. You just reach a point where left is equal to right, so you have nothing to calculate there. Okay. And the next thing is, how do we calculate the result? Let's break this formula down. First thing is minimum of height of left comma minimum of right. What does this mean? It means we have to consider only one height, which is the minimum. You have to check which is the minimum of height of left or is it height of right. And then we have to consider the one which is minimum. Okay, let's look into this. For example, we have 1 and we have 7, which is the height. So which will be considered in 1, 7? The minimum was 1. Alright, this is done. Then we have into right minus left, right? This is just index. See, notice they are not saying height of. This is just index value. For this it is 0 and for this it is 8. You can check here 0, 8. This is the x. This is width. This is what we are calculating, water containing here. Alright. So what do we have? 8 minus 0 is 8. So this is equal to the area. Alright. And what does this mean? What does this mean is we have to find the result which is equal to maximum. It has to be the maximum, right? So it is not 8. I'm sure there are much more higher numbers. So let's look into it. So this only wants maximum of the area, not any other, Alright, if we keep looking, how do we go? The next step is we have to keep doing till left is equal to right? Okay, so let's go to the next step. Check if height of left is lesser than right. Alright, let's check it. Yes, height of left is lesser than the height of right. That is, left is shorter. Since left is shorter, what do? We do left plus equals 1, right? What does this mean? This means the new left for us is old left plus 1. We'll move from here to, we'll go to the next line. So next line we have is 8. Alright. Then we'll take right and the previous right. We'll take this will be our new left. We'll take this. This and this now. Right, same thing applied. Apply the same formula. Area equals, we have area equals the minimum of the height. This is 8 and this is 7, which is the minimum. Now see here, this is the 8. Sorry, here. Okay, so this will be the length till here, and then this will be the width. This is 1. So what's the height again? The minimum of the height 8 and 7. 8, 7. Which is the minimum? 7 is the minimum. So 7 into then this thing. Just right minus left of the index. What is the index here? This is 1. This is 8. So it's 8 minus 1, which is 7. This is equal to 7 7s are 49. This is actually the answer. If we keep doing all the function keeps on repeating and finding out all the areas, and the maximum will be this one. $49. See, we have the maximum area. And if at all, so for the next step, what happens? Again, we have to calculate the area, right? For the next step, check this. See, this is left and this is right. Which is shorter in this? Right is shorter, right? So what will we do? If right is shorter, then we take new right is equal to old right minus 1. which means right will go to the move towards the left. This will be our new right. It goes from here to here. Then we keep calculating it, and actually this is our result. This is the maximum of it. Okay. And then yeah, we have to return the result, which is the maximum of all the results. Okay, that's it. Thank you.